Is it a pretty good one? Let's get up here. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, we got him. That's a good one, dude. Dang, we might have to weigh that one. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode on the channel. So I'm out with my buddy Dylan today. He's behind the camera today. We are out back where we've been doing some smallmouth fishing, but today I figured let's switch it up a little bit. So today we're gonna go over some tips or whatever. So I don't know everything there is to know about bass fishing, obviously, and I'm not going to tell you that I do, but you know, there is some things in the early spring, especially like right now when this water temp is 40 to 45 degrees, when we still got pretty dang cold water temps. You know, I've got some tips of different lures that I use, and I have a couple here that we're going to focus on today. And I definitely feel like in the early spring, focusing on these techniques, we're going to go over the rod, the reel, the line, and we're even going to go out today and we're going to kind of go through how we fish them, where we fish them, and just kind of take you guys for a day of fishing. Me and Dylan are going to be using pretty much the same stuff today. So hopefully, you know, these help you out in the early spring, catch more fish. I definitely think they will. These techniques are basically designed strictly for early spring when the water is cold. So we're going to go through these. So first off, I apologize if the wind gets really bad. It's pretty darn windy. We have gusts of like 16 to 18 mile an hour wind gusts today, so it's been kind of breezy out there. But we're going to talk about the first technique. So the first technique that we're going to be using today, that we're going to be out there showing you guys how we use, is going to be a jerk bait. So I love fishing a jerk bait this time of the year. It's not actually my favorite thing to fish, but a jerk bait has its place in the early spring, and I think it's just because, you know, you give it a couple pops and you let it sit, and on that sit, when it's just sitting there, they just love it. And sometimes I'll even let this thing sit for like 30 to, like, I don't know, like a good 30 seconds. Any more than that, I get a little impatient. But I throw, like, as you guys can see, this jerk bait has a little bit of blue on there with purple, and it's just kind of got that shimmer. This has been the color that has been working for me, and I'm just using a smaller one. Now you can upsize if you feel like those fish are a little bit bigger. Like I said, you can upsize if you want. Now for the rod, right here, I'm using a 7-foot rod. Now you can go a little bit longer, which would kind of help with working this, but it's a medium power, fast action rod. I'm using a 7 1-to-1 reel. Now with a jerkbait, you don't need a super fast reel, so if you don't have a 7 1-to-1, don't worry about it. And I'm using 10-pound fluorocarbon. Now I'm using 10 to 12 pound because I fish around a lot of rock, and I want something that's gonna hold up and not get nicked up too bad. But you can go a little bit lighter, maybe even 8-pound if you really need to, but I think 10-pound fluorocarbon is a great line to use. But the jerkbait is definitely one of those baits early spring that's gonna put more fish in the boat. And we're definitely gonna go out today and we're gonna fish the entire day with this, and I'm gonna talk about it on the GoPro, like why we're fishing it, where we're fishing it, cadence techniques and different things like that. So technique, guys, is the Ned rig. If you guys can see that on there, all this is for a Ned rig. I'll actually pull it off just so you guys can see it a little bit better. But this is the Ned rig, guys. It is just an 1/8 ounce Ned head with a little black and blue Ned Ocho. The reason why we're using black and blue today, or like green pumpkin and black flake, is because this water is pretty stained in general, and with all the rain that we've got, it's probably going to be dirty. So I use an 1/8 ounce to 1/16 ounce Ned head on here. And then the setup that we're throwing this on, guys, this is a medium light fast action rod. This is a 7.3. You're going to want a 7.3 or 7.4 because this is pretty light tackle, so you want to be able to cast it pretty far. So I'm using a 7.3 medium light fast action rod, and then this is just a 5-3-to-1 reel. You don't need anything fast when you're working a Ned rig. You're not around a lot of vegetation or anything like that usually, but this is a really finesse technique, so you don't need something fast. And then I'm using 10-pound braid on here. Now, if this was super clear water, I would use a 6-pound fluorocarbon leader, but since it's so stained, I use braid. Now I use 10-pound braid, usually a fluorocarbon leader if needed, but I like that braid because you're getting a lot more sensitivity out of it. It's a lot cheaper to spool up, but a lot of really good sensitivity out of this. So we're gonna go over this a little more, kind of talk about more in depth of how we're using it when we're out there, but I want to go through the setup. So jerkbait, want to use a medium power fast action rod, 10-pound fluorocarbon, 7 1-to-1 reel. Like I said, you can go a little bit slower if you need to. The next technique, guys, that we're going to talk about that's definitely going to help you guys put more fish in the boat, and this is a technique that I have been absolutely loving. We're going to go through, these are the 2 techniques that we're using. These are definitely going to help you guys out in the early spring, put more fish in the boat. We're going to go out right now, we're going to get the boat in the water, and we're going to see you guys out on the water, and we're going to go through how we fish these techniques and everything like that. We're definitely going to fish, like, we're going to go through like an entire day of fishing with you guys with these 2 techniques to show you guys kind of how we're using them, where we're using them, and hopefully, you know, one of these techniques or these tips can help you guys catch more fish. All right, everybody, we made it. It was a very, very cold ride just to start off. Dylan is out there right now, and Dylan is starting out with the, what are you starting out with, Dylan?
Black and blue Ned.
Black and blue Ned. Okay, so we talked about that technique, guys. I have a Ned rig as well, but since he's starting with that, I'm gonna start with the jerk bait. Now, basically, you know, with the Ned, there's not much to it. You're throwing it out there and you're just dragging the bottom or hopping the bottom. A jerk bait right here, we're just using that pearl one. I call it a pearl. I don't know if that's what the color is, but that's the color we're using. I don't know. With the jerk bait, I play with the cadence. Now, we got to think about where the fish are going to be. Right now we're targeting smallmouth, so they're a little bit better in the cold water. They're going to kind of move up a little bit more. Water temp is, what's the water temp doing? Water temp is 40 degrees right now, guys. It is cold. It is going to warm up, so we're going to run into more fish. So the jerk bait is what I'm going to start out with. Now, the jerk bait is great early season, like we talked about, guys. So with the jerk bait, with the water temp being only 40, I'm only going to give it a couple pops and really let it sit. Now, this is you got to play with it. So you can use a suspending jerk bait, or you can use a slow sinking. I'm using a slow sinking jerk bait. Suspending jerk baits are nice as well, but sometimes that slow sink, I think, is what gets them. Another thing I would stress with you guys too is, especially when you're fishing new water with like a jerk bait or Ned, if you're going to be fishing closer to a bank like we kind of are right now, I would stress making sure that you're casting like at a 45-degree angle. It's just going to help you cover the majority of the water, like in that bank. Got one? Oh, see, well, we were just talking about the Ned rig, guys. Dylan ends up getting one right there. Not a bad one too to start off the day. No. But like we said, good cold water technique. Heck yeah, dude. The old Ned. Got him right in the top of the mouth, just like you want to get him. Were you working that pretty slow? Did he hit it on the sit, or?
Yeah, I was sitting for quite a while.
Yeah, so with the water temp being so cold, giving it those long pauses, guys. There you go. Giving it those long pauses, just sitting there. That seems to be like in cold water situations, that seems to be when they want to hit. Got him? Yeah. Oh, there you go. A little bit better fish.
I like that. I like that stroke with that.
The old boat flip here. All right, so Dylan's hooked up on the Ned rig again, guys. Here we go, here we go. Got him. That's a good fish too. It's a nice smallie. Long. There we go.
Barely hooked.
Barely. That's a nice one, dude. He's got to be close to 3. Well, maybe not. Maybe a good 2.5 or
2.5.
Good fish. Solid fish. Yeah. Off the Ned rig again. Dylan's smoking me. That's the ticket. Like we said, guys. Another thing too is we're kind of pulling off this bank a little bit further. It seems to be maybe they're, with this water temp being as cold as it is, they might not be pulled up as tight. But the Ned rig, one of those early season baits that we were talking about, guys, that just plain and simple catches fish. Like, I don't know what else to say. It just catches fish. Got another one?
Yeah,
oh my gosh, dude, Dylan's on him.
Another nice one.
Dylan is on him, ladies and gents. Maybe this should just be the Dylan show. There he goes. Oh, God, get at him. There we go. Dylan again, off the old Ned. The black and blue Ned, guys. That's been the juice right there.
Got that one.
Dude, he really choked it. Look at that, guys. Heck yeah, man. Go. Another one, guys. The Ned rig, we're talking about it. One of these techniques today is going to be the deal. The jerkbait hasn't been, producing for me at all yet, but I have faith in it. We're going to try it. I'm going to try it out a little deeper. But this is a more shallower running jerkbait, so we'll see what happens here. I might even just spot lock us for a minute because it seems like we're kind of in a little spot here.
Yeah.
Oh, I just got bit. There we go. Got him. Fighting good. Might be a better one. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Dylan's got the net. Oh yeah, stay down. Oh yeah. It's a pretty good one. There we go. There it is, guys. The Ned happened to be the did he? Dude, he thumped it. There we go. First one, guys, for me off the Ned. Really good solid fish here. Not bad at all. I'll definitely take it. He really choked it, if you guys can see, but I switched over to that Ned like we were talking, guys, that, you know, we kind of felt like the water temp being as cold as it is, maybe they're not, you know, doing as good. Maybe they're just not as active because of that. Spot lock decided it wanted to work all of a sudden. Wasn't working there. But there we go, first one. That's a good one. That's a chunker. It's a good solid fish, guys. I'll take that any day of the week. Off of the Ned. Gotta love it. We'll take it. Get this girl back and we'll get back to fishing with the old Ned. I still want to get that jerk bait bite going. There we go. There we go. Switch over to the Ned and what do you know? I think he's got it pretty good. Heck yeah. We went out a little bit deeper. Started dragging the bottom again with the old Ned. And we got him. Right in the corner of the mouth, just like you want. Not a big one, just a little guy, but we'll take it. Like I said, guys, we're rocking that black and blue Ned. I'm telling you guys, that's perfect early spring technique is the Ned. It's probably my favorite to throw. The jerkbait hasn't been as effective, but we kind of talked about how Dylan and I were discussing it a little more. It's just too cold, I think. It might be a little too cold, and they might be hugging the bottom just because of the water temp. I think if it warms up here, we might be okay to start throwing it around a little bit more. But like the other day when I was out, it was a lot warmer and they weren't wanting the Ned. You got one? Dylan's hooked up here. I'm gonna try to spot lock us here. Get the net here just in case it's a good one. It's a pretty good one. Let's get up here. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, we got him. That's a good one, dude. Dang, we might have to weigh that one. There we go. That's another good one.
That's probably closer to 3.
That's probably closer to 3. There we go. We'll take it.
Got a good limit going.
We do have a good limit. Like if we were doing a tourney, we'd be in like the juice spot right now. There she goes. Heck yeah, Dylan. So this is what Dylan's using right here, guys.
Z-Man Elastec Ned.
So this is the Z-Man
Super K Ned head.
What ounce is this? Is that an 1/8?
1/8.
Yeah, it looks like he's got an 1/8 on there. Black and blue in color, guys.
8-pound leader.
8-pound leader on there. You're using a fluorocarbon leader.
Yeah.
Are you? Yeah. So Dylan's using a fluorocarbon leader. I'm actually just using just the 10-pound braid. But this is so stained, I don't think it really matters. Yeah, I'm dragging some really good rock over. Got another one? Dylan is hooked up with, ladies and gents, I'm getting smoked out here. What have I caught, 2 or 3? That's another nice one, dude. Another good one. Oh, there we go. Dylan's on fire. We should have kept our best 5 just to see.
Well, you can't.
Oh, that's right, you can't. You can't keep them yet. Dylan's got another solid chunker of a fish. Dude, that's a good one. They're all been like really, really good.
That's on the bigger end for this lake.
That is. That's a solid one here. There's some 4-pounders in here somewhere, I'm willing to bet. We're having a good day, guys. We're in a good spot here. I got a bite here, hold on. There we go. Oh, I screwed up. Let me catch up to him. Woo, she's getting windy. Got one on the boat. Dylan's snagged up. Oh my God, man, that wind. Tell you what. Got another one, guys. Choked that Ned rig. Look at that. There we go. There's another one, guys. Another smallie jaw. Not as big as the one Dylan's been catching, but still a nice smallie. Chuck this guy back. Dylan got his snag out, thank goodness. Things were getting a little hectic there. You got one? Oh, it's a... Dude, it's good. Go. You want me to net him? Here. Dude, that's a good one. On a square bill, dude. There we go. Dude, that's a good one, Dylan. Heck yeah, dude, that's a tank, Dylan. Like, we might have a... Is he as big as I think he is, or am I just that hyped? There we go. That's a good one.
Nice one.
Beauty. Heck yeah, dude. That's a good one. Should we weigh it quick? I'm curious.
2 3/4.
3 pounds. 3.02. So we got ourselves 3 pound Somali. Heck yeah, Dylan. Dude, Dylan's been putting the hammer down on these. Every time Dylan's in my boat, he just hammers fish in my boat.
Better just give me the boat.
Yeah, better give Dylan the boat. All the gear. There he goes. Heck yeah, dude. Sick. Do you?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, dude. This is insane. Dylan is crushing me. I can't catch anything to save my life. I'm snagged up and Dylan's got one on. Just a little, oh my gosh, dude. Is it that rattling Ned?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm about to switch up and grab a rattling Ned. Dylan's got another one, guys. Like, this is insane. Oh god. At 8.
If the wind wasn't like quite with it.
There we go. There we go. It's about time, dude. I've been... Feels good. He ain't wanting to come up. Not crazy huge, but decent. Oh my gosh, that took... Oh, you were just talking about like the morning bite, and all of a sudden I was like... Man, that took forever to get a bite. I felt the line jump, actually. Switched over to that like Z-Man black and blue hula stick, and got a bite instead of that Ned Ocho. Nice looking little fish here off the Ned, but yeah, oh my gosh, been in a little bit of a dry spell, haven't we? That one. Do you? Good one. Am I recording? Dylan's on. There we go. Oh, I'll get him in here. About time, guys. We have been kind of struggling, slowing down. The fish, well, it's, you know, a little later in the morning. I keep breaking off my Neds, but Dylan, another one off the Ned. He switched it up to a rattling Ned from Guggen Baits just to get a little bit more. Looks like it. Yeah, worked hard. There we go. Literally, got one? Well, Dylan is hooked up again, ladies and gents. Just gonna watch Dylan's line here. Here it comes. Decent smallie again. Off of the Ned.
Yep.
The rattling Ned. See Dylan here. Dylan is killing me, guys. Ladies and like, I don't know what to do. This is I've caught 3 or 4 fish and lost 2. Dylan has been like, I don't know, like 12 fish now. Dylan's killing me. Dylan's having a good time. Dylan's absolutely hammering the smallies. But this is what we came out here to do, guys. Off of the Ned. He switched up the color to a rattling Ned. It's more of like a green pumpkin with purple and gold flake, I think.
Yeah.
As you guys can see. But there you go. Another smallie, dude. Heck yeah. That early spring bite. Yeah, that's probably a good 2-pounder. We're probably pushing like 15, 16 pounds if we had a 5-fish limit today. Dang. I just can't get a good bite going for myself anyway. All right, everybody, we made it off the water, and like I said, guys, we were trying to get you guys, or you know, show you guys a couple techniques that usually work pretty darn well. Dylan Dylan killed me today. What do you got to say, Dylan?
I know it's always good when I can outfish the Wildman.
Dude, he smashed me today. Dylan absolutely crushed him today. We were using a Ned rig and then the jerkbait, guys. Now, when I was on the camera talking to you guys, I figured, you know, when we were talking about it, is one of those lures is going to work early season, early springtime. You know, like I said, I don't know everything there is to know about bass fishing. I'll never tell you that. But, you know, there is some things that I use early season, especially right now. Sometimes, like, it's just harder to, you know, find a bite. So those are just a couple different techniques and ways that, you know, Dylan and I, we fish very similar, and the way we fish them to help you guys catch fish. Other than that, guys, that's all I want to do. Is if there's anything that we can show you, I can show you, Dylan obviously can show you because he absolutely killed me today out there catching fish, that we can show you to help you catch fish, all the better for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you guys have any questions about what we were doing today, let us know down in the comments below, and we'll see you guys on the next one.